Did you know that we are getting serialized Dragon Ball cards? Yes, we are getting serialized Dragon Ball cards. They've been around for a while, but they're coming out during the hype, and it's caused a resurgence of Dragon Ball cards all across the board. If you have any 2-star secret rares, we'll go look through them. They might not have been worth too much, maybe last year, but now they're going for insane prices. I have the Goku alternate art 2-star. I think I bought it for around maybe like $300 or $400 in a PSA 10. It is now going for maybe over $3,000. This is crazy. There's not many of them out there. Go out and look for through your collection, but this is absolutely stunning. Next up, did you know that graded guards can be used to hide damage? Yes, never buy a graded card with a graded guard on and the seller refusing to take it off. Some people don't think too much of it, but this is exactly what happens. They'll tamper with the slab, hide it behind a graded guard, and then you buy it thinking nothing much of it. Let's check out what happened to this guy.
Card, and it was a PSA 9.
Huh? This one?
Yeah, that was a PSA 9. And so I had a bumper guard on it because I started cracking on the top right. So I sent it into PSA. PSA told me that someone cracked it out of its case and put a lower grade.
No way.
PSA 9. They regraded it and it came back a 6.
No way. So they swapped the 9 out, you're saying? Holy sh**.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah, I gotta see this email.
Alright, so the letters being sent in reference to the following item, blah, blah. Regularly is our duty to inform you that this is not a legitimate PSA graded item. The PSA plastic, which is sonically sealed with a tamper evident feature at our facility, has been broken along the edges of the case, making it possible to switch the card inside. While an attempt to reseal the holder has been made, the sonic weld is clearly violated. What I'm suspicious about is, could it have been just a slight crack that was maybe amplified by PSA's techs? Could it also have been PSA themselves swapping up the card? Because do they normally regrade the card when you submit for a reholder? What if I didn't want it regraded? You know? What if I didn't want it regraded? I wanted you to send it back and maybe I grade it with tag or something. You know? So PSA took it upon themselves to regrade the card. I'm not sure if that was the right move to make. Be careful out there. Regardless if PSA did some shenanigans here or not, the truth remains. Look for damage in the slabs. Take it out of the graded guard. Inspect it. If the buyer or seller is being resistant to letting you do that, then just don't do the sale. Especially if it's going to be a high value item like this, do not do the sale. You want to make sure you're getting your slab with very little to no scratching on it, damage, any evidence of tampering. You could run into this issue in the future. Let's hit some nostalgia waves. Have you seen these artworks? Today we're looking at some vintage Japanese set artworks over the years. Check it out. These are so nostalgic. Wow, 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 wow. The art style on these is amazing. In Japan, Japan's community around card games and things like this is a very tight-knit community. They discourage resellers, even though there's tons of them out there, but ripping the plastic off of the booster box was something that was always done in Japan to discourage reselling. But also, a lot of collectors will keep cards internal to Japan, and very little do they sell outside of Japan, even though there's a lot of tourists that come in and try to buy cards to grade. I'm sure you've seen some of those videos, but they like to stay tight. The community supports each other. It's very open. You can walk into any card shop in Japan and there's so many people playing. It feels like the golden days of Pokemon in America, but they've never left Japan. It's hilarious. Wow, I need a full poster of this. I need like a giant full-size poster of this. This is beautiful. Hi Mew, high five. Whoosh. High five, Mew. Very cute. Shaman and Garatina. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. I think this is Diamond and Pearl. Diamond and Pearl? Yeah, Diamond DP, Diamond and Pearl. Good times, man. Good times. When Platinum came out, or Diamond and Pearl, oh man. It was so hype. It was so hype when those games were coming out. Same with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Same with Black and White. It was so fun. It wasn't as crazy as it is now, but it was so fun communicating with other content creators at the time and speculating on what new Pokemon are coming out, and the entire fan art community coming out with really cool artworks before Nintendo went crazy. But yeah, a little flashback to the childhood. Beautiful card. I think I have this card in English. I think I have this Rayquaza in English. That's crazy. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. Good times. Good times when it wasn't crazy and when people weren't crazy money hungry. But it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. You want the collectible community to have value, which establishes some type of trade baseline. Wow, this is so good. Team Magma and Team Aqua cards. Oh my god. I think I have the Celebrations Groudon, and I have the regular Aggron. I'm not sure. It might be a Japanese Aggron. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. We are back. NBA Paints. Check it out. we got some new artworks. Check them out. These are really funny. LeBronix. We got Aaron Gordon. He's so cute. Look at him, Aaron Gordon. But see, this is the dilemma. Aaron Gordon has paper knees, and this guy's made of iron. It's a little bit of a juxtaposition. Chet Holmgren Ninja. This is really good. This is really good. I love these arts. I love like the paint, like the classic paint style. We got Kelly Lambre. These are so good. Kelly Oubre. Rudy Golbat. You know, this kind of actually looks like just regular Rudy. You know, I don't see any difference. Just look at the side by side. It's a straight copy. It's a straight copy. We got Tyler Heracross. He looks high as fuck. This guy. Krabby Portis. This is actually also one of those that looks exactly like Bobby Portis. Look at that. He's always crabby. You look at Bobby Portis, he's always crabby. We got Sam Merrill. Look at he's so cute. He's ready to ball. This guy's ready to ball. I don't know. Is this a shirt? Is this a shirt or underwear? What does this count as? Did you know that these cards show the life throughout the evolutions? Yep, they exist today, but they are also vintage. These are some of them, but there's way more out there. Go ahead and look through your collection. You might see them. I remember having the Charmander and the Charmeleon, but they're probably in horrible condition. I have the Charizard graded in a 10, and that's really the only one I have right now. But let's check these out. We have the modern art Ralts, Curlia, and Gardevoir. It's absolutely stunning. Look at this. So they're just moving into the house. He's so confused. He's like, what? What's going on? They're just moving in. They just got married, maybe. Like, yeah, so there's a picture on the wall. They just got married. It's so cute, right? And then we have Curlia. It evolves into Curlia. And by that time, their house is more cozy now. The couch changed. They got a new couch. They have a new picture on the wall of Curlia and the baby. They just had a baby. That's so cute. And then there's toys. There's knitting equipment everywhere. And then finally, in the last evolution, Gardevoir is helping the mom knit The mom's older now. The kid's all grown up. Do we see the kid here? The kid's probably moved out already, but Gardevoir's still around, helping Pop Up and Mima. Like, there's so much. Like, I could sit here all day and look at all this artwork and just find new details. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. The modern illustration writers have seriously, they're the reason we've propelled into this crazy hype, is because the artwork has become so good. Flashback to black and white. We have Tepig, Pignite, and Embor. Not as detailed as the Gardevoir one, but still very cute. The son gets him when he's very small. The parents are still kind of young. And then he evolves into Pignite. They have another kid, a daughter. The father's a little bit older, the mother's a little bit older. They're still kind of young, you could see that. But, like, you know, you could tell they're getting a little older. And then by the time he's Embor, the parents have grown up. The kids have also grown up. And I think the kids also have kids here in in this shot as well. So this is so beautiful. But does that mean in the Pokemon world it takes like years and years? Because this could be a difference of maybe 10 years. And this is another difference of like 10 years. So like it took Tepig maybe 15 years to get to Embor. They're very adorable, very adorable. And last but not least, we have the Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. Not as detailed, but the focus is there. We only want to see Charmander here, right? So here he is, playing around with the kid, teasing him. He stole his glasses. That's so adorable. He's running around. This is, I guess, a little tree house. So I guess the Charmander wandered into the tree house and was bullying him a little bit. And then they became friends, and he turns into Charmeleon. Now they're hanging on top of the tree next to each other, enjoying a book, maybe catching other Pokemon. And then finally here they are. They've trained so much together that they're literally climbing down a snowy mountain together. Charizard's protecting him. It's so good. It's so good. What would you do if you had to start all over again collecting Pokemon? Well, let me tell you something. Get into Pokemon Center Elite boxes.
Yo, if I was to start investing in sealed Pokemon product with nothing in my portfolio and a very limited budget, this is what I would 100% be focusing on for the first 3 to 5 years. First one is a no-brainer. I am picking up 2 Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. Typically, Pokemon Center has a limit of 2 for the pre-order drops of their Elite Trainer box. I'm hitting the 2 every single time. Why is that the first thing I'm doing? Let's talk.
Now, did you know that Pokemon Center only does like one, sometimes maybe 1.5 waves Pokemon Center ETB drops? So we don't get too many of them. If you aren't able to secure any on that initial drop, you may not get to anymore. This is what makes them very, very hard to get and collectible. It leaves the regular ETBs for the fans and collectors. I think over time it keeps those ETBs cheap, and the real collector item would be the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. They have the stamped promo in there. Some older sets don't come with a stamped promo, but you could still collect the Pokemon Center ETB, I think, because it includes maybe 1 extra pack. Regardless, this is the real collector's item here if you're collecting sealed. Booster boxes, yeah, they're gonna come a dime a dozen at some point when the market is down and the hype has disappeared. You'll be able to find booster boxes. But Pokemon Center ETBs, those are gonna be strict and scarce to get. Did you know you could drive around your town looking like a clown? Check this guy out. Listen, the Giratina, the Garchomp looks sick. The Giratina looks sick. I just don't know about this type of art style being on your car. Did you know that the Pokemon Center kiosks have a crazy glitch that is causing these guys to literally camp outside the machine and even have a security guard with him? Check this out.
You're absolutely right, sir. You're absolutely right. Oh, there, he's blocking the view. How many machines do you do this to?
I don't have any cash.
Y'all are super. We're gonna bless the shit out y'all. We're gonna bless the shit out y'all. With packs for the kids. No. These actual packs for the kids, didn't you? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's acting like he's gonna buy packs for them, or they're just gonna sell them to them at retail. So if you didn't know, the trick is that the machine kind of delays releasing product, and somebody already did an experiment. They put their phone in the machine as they were buying product, and it said it was sold out, but as it was grabbing the item, there were booster boxes in there. There was plenty of product in there. So to avoid idiots like this, Pokemon has implemented a way for the machine to slowly release product, but they figured out. So what they do is they make the payment, they choose the item, they pretend to make the payment, they stall a little bit because I think there's a time limit when the machine releases new product. So there's some kind of glitch where if you stall the payment on the machine, you can get that product a little bit faster and it unlocks faster.
Oh, that's what he's doing. He's glitching the machine, huh? Is that cool?
Look at this guy with his security. Like, I mean, again, people hate when I say it's just shiny cardboard because cash is just shiny paper. Yes, I get it. But to get to the point where you are standing outside the machine with your buddy as your security guard, like, this is not how you get rich. This is not how you get. This is not like these people think they're hustling. These people think they're working. Like this is just like this ends when the market dies. All this that you're seeing right now will disappear when the market dies. It attracts these types of individuals when the market is high and people are willing to pay higher prices. It attracts these types of individuals. Once we cool down in the market and these buyers with big wallets are slowly going back into their caves, these guys are going to have to go back to their 9-to-5 normal jobs. Rip and ships may survive in the uptrend, but I don't think in an extreme downtrend, the volume of sales that will be happening compared to where we are now, completely different. Not saying rip and ships are completely going to die, but these guys will definitely not be around. So on the plus side, we won't see too many of these guys for too much longer. Into One Piece, did you know that One Piece has implemented the same policy that Pokemon has? Check it out. So now stores, depending on the location, they will not sell you booster boxes. They can only sell you up to 12 packs per day. That's when we went to Japan, this is what Pokémon Center did. You were not allowed to buy a whole booster box of 151. They could only sell you 10 packs, not 12 packs, 10 packs. So me and my friends, we would wait on the line. It's a really long line. Each one of us would try to get 10 packs. And, you know, we shouldn't have ripped 151 at that point, but we ripped those packs. It was fun. But yeah, you get a 12 pack limit, no outer packaging. So if you're a booster box collector, you're going to resort to aftermarket pricing, right? And if you're a collector and you don't really care about price long term, you have no problem paying the market price for it. You know, that's all I'm saying. If you're a collector, you don't care what price you pay now. Of course, you try to get a good deal. But if you're a reseller, you are trying to get for retail and immediately sell. So this is what it's targeting. And then ID required with names on wristband. Okay, now we are getting into the fishy territory. Why do you need my ID? Why do you need my ID? I think what should happen is, depending on the store, if you have like a rewards program with them, I don't know about this whole ID thing. I understand the ID when you go to pick up your slabs from GameStop, but for just buying a booster box to rip, I don't know. But this is coming from Bandai. This is the advice that they've given to stores. Most stores are following this. It helps avoid fights. It helps avoid people that are camping outside stores. There's people near me at the local GameStop waiting in line and fighting. Some guy set up like a whole fucking tent. Like, how unemployed do you have to be to not only set up 4 empty chairs, but also a tent on top of it? It's crazy. Did you know that someone spent over $39,000 on a Benjamin Franklin autograph? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. In the Topps Declaration of Independence, we have an authentic cut signature. I believe there were multiple copies of the Declaration, authentic copies, and I guess maybe these were ones that are allowed to cut out. I'm not sure how Topps did this, but this was from all the way in 2006. This sold back in 2023 for $39K. So you can imagine 2023 was a little bit of a downtime for collectibles. I could see this in modern day selling for over $1 million. Benjamin Franklin, if I had the money, I'd pay top dollar for a Benjamin Franklin signature, just because of who he was and how much history is behind it. And this card is a type of card that you will pass down to generations, and everybody will know like what it is because you learn about it in school. To end it off, did you know apparently there were crazy leaks from the new set Annihilate Zero or something like that? The Nihil Zero. Nihil Zero? However it's called, we got some crazy artworks. Look at this. What's going on here? Looks oddly familiar. They did the meme, guys. Guys, they did the meme. Remember when everybody said this set was gonna be its name? When I told my friend this set was gonna be called Perfect Order, he said, it lines up. I think it means the market will cool down and we are reverting to quote-unquote perfect order. I don't think this is gonna be perfect order, dog. I don't think this is gonna be perfect. This is gonna be pandemonium. Okay, a regular attack rare is probably gonna be going for hundreds of dollars, depending on how much meme factor there is. But I think there's a lot of people out there that will want this card. I want this card just purely for the meme factor. I love Starmie. I have lots of Starmie cards, but come on, look at this stance, man. That's a powerful stance. And look at this one. This one's a powerful stance too. And as always, intelligence over instinct. Created to think, not to react. Here's a dancing Starmie to end it off.